I believe everyone has a creative side, and sometimes fear of starting a creative art stops us. Other times we feel that our creativity is hindered by a lack of the right gear. Regarding that second excuse, there are now many affordable options for microphones and audio mixers that can help start your YouTube or Twitch careers. One such product line is from a company called Maono. Their website shows a wealth of intriguing gear. This company reached out to me and asked if I would review their creator package, which includes a small gaming audio mixer and a large capsule microphone. This set in total costs $120 retail. Let's find out what this gear can do. The set includes the PD100x, which is a USB and XLR desktop microphone, and the G1 Neo, a small form factor audio mixer. Both devices have the typical gamer LED light show, which might attract a certain kind of user base. These products are designed to work together, but you can of course use any mixer with the PD100 microphone and any microphone with the G1 Neo mixer. The G1 mixer provides 48-volt phantom power through the XLR connection. This will be necessary for condenser microphones. The G1 has Bluetooth connectivity and direct monitoring. It also comes with some sound effects, which of course can be applied during a live stream. The PD100 is a dynamic microphone and can be connected by either its XLR or USB. And by the way, this PD100 does not need 48-volt phantom power. If you opt for the USB connection with the PD100, then you can further control some of the microphone functions using the Maono Link and Arena desktop software. This software offers EQ adjustments and RGB lighting control. The Link application is available for both Mac and Windows. However, the Arena application, designed for streaming control, works only with Windows. This is a little bit disappointing, but I can't gripe since the majority of online gaming is done either on PC or console. Macs are not really known for their gaming capabilities. By the way, about the lighting effects for the microphone, you will only get them when this microphone is connected by USB. Let's talk build quality. For $120, you really should not expect the build quality of a Rode or Electro Voice microphone. If you have reasonable expectations, then you will probably not be disappointed with the PD100. This microphone is principally made of plastic, but upon close inspection, the plastic seems to be of decent quality and feels fairly robust. The housing is plastic, but the capsule screen is metal. And thankfully, the rotating arm is cast metal and feels very robust. I like this mic arm since it will let you set up the microphone upside down and with a boom arm if you so wish. The bottom of the PD100 houses the XLR and USB-C connections. There's also a switch to turn RGB on and off and a headphone output jack. This is a top-facing capsule. You should not try to use it in vertical mode. This is the same as with the Rode PodMic or the Electro Voice RE27 and many other microphones in the market. The front of the microphone has a rotating knob, and from here you can control mic gain, and with a short press you can also toggle the gain for the headphones. Naturally, this mic gain function will not work when connected via XLR, and your mixer will have to do that task. Maono provides a frequency response graph with the PD100. There's a significant bass roll-off and a lift in the low treble that extends all the way up to about 18 kHz. If you have a bassier voice and want to shine with that perspective, you will either need to apply EQ in post or perhaps use a different microphone that suits you better. The G1 Neo is also made entirely of plastic. The buttons are large, easy to read, and have RGB backlighting. The sliders and knobs are plastic but move very smoothly with sufficient resistance to give you fine control. One of the gripes that I noticed, however, is that these knobs on the G1 are not backlit. So depending on your lighting scenario and the environment where you're using this product, you may not be able to clearly see which knob that you're turning, and certainly there's not going to be a visual feedback by lights depending on how you turn those knobs. There's a mounting thread on the bottom of the G1, so if you want to attach this to a boom arm or a tripod or whatever, you can. The back of the G1 houses the power button, two USB-C connectors, two aux outputs, one aux input, and two inputs for microphones. The first of these microphone inputs is, of course, the XLR. The other is a combo input for headset, so if you have a headset you're happy with, or perhaps a mod mic wired, you can plug it directly into this port. Now, those two USB-C ports that we talked about, they are rather useful. One is a dedicated power input only. If you intend to use the G1 with a phone or a tablet, for example, you can power the G1 using a USB-C or USB battery bank, then plug your phone into the second USB data port on the G1. If you're plugging directly into a PC that already provides power through the PC port, you can just use the data port. The G1 has a few interesting features. There's, for example, the sidechain button. When you select this, the G1 will automatically reduce background music when you speak. In order to use sidechain, you have to connect the G1 via Bluetooth to an audio source device. This can be your computer or phone or digital audio player. This, I think, is a neat idea. YouTube, for example, has tons of royalty-free music you can find through a simple search. And by the way, I'm not talking about the YouTube creator awful, terrible royalty-free music so-called library of disdain. I personally know how time-consuming and sometimes frustrating it can be to find good royalty-free music, then download it and plug it into my drive for eventual placement on my timeline. But with this Bluetooth function on the G1, all I have to do is find a video on YouTube, save it to a custom playlist, and if I feel like using a specific track, I can just simply play it to the G1. In fact, that's what's been happening here throughout this review. I've had the PD100x connected to the G1 and the G1 connected by Bluetooth to my phone, and I've been playing royalty-free music off of YouTube. I'll be silent for a few moments and let you hear how the sidechain reacts to me not talking. And in 1, 2, 3, silence. The G1 works perfectly with Audacity. This program perfectly records both the microphone input through the G1 along with the Bluetooth sidechain audio streaming into the G1 from my phone. It's a very neat experience having both my voiceover and music recorded at once with minimal hassle. However, I do have to point this out. When I screw up in a recording and I stop and I had to delete and then go back, that music is still playing. So either I have to stop my phone from playing that music exactly at the same time that I stop recording to you get the idea. I don't want to go over this again because I've tried this a multitude of times, and every time I try it, it seems like I miss the exact point where I stopped the audio. This is really excellent for streaming and not so great for recording a video. There are 4 unmarked buttons. These you can program using the desktop software. You can add your own custom sound effects, but you'll need to figure out a way to label the buttons, and I can suggest just using a Sharpie. The G1 has a noise reduction button. It has 2 modes, low and high reductions. This is a low-pass filter which will hopefully reduce or completely eliminate unwanted rumble or other ambient noise. If you have headphones connected to the G1, you will get audio prompts from the pre-programmed buttons. So, if you press Noise Reducer, the G1 will tell you that noise reduction is now active on low. Press again and it will tell you it is now on high. That's a good feature since remembering color combinations is hardly practical. My experience with the Maono streaming combo has been actually rather positive. The build quality certainly could use a little bit of an upgrade, but I can't complain much given the low price and the frequent sales that the company seems to be running. I think the PD100 microphone sounds pretty good. I'm really glad they put in gain and headphone controls into the microphone. The RGB is not my thing, but thankfully there's a dedicated button I can click to turn it off if I'm connecting this microphone by USB. The G1 turned out to be rather useful for me. I've used my Zoom H6 for years as my audio interface, and I've been pretty happy with it. It's reliable and obviously has the ability to be truly portable with several AA batteries. The G1 does not compete with the H6, but it clearly offers features that I have never had the luxury of using before. I'm also very pleased to see that Maono put effort into their desktop applications. It's a good sign when a manufacturer prioritizes hardware and software synthesis. While I did not use the Arena app, the Link app on my Mac worked flawlessly for the little it could do. My one issue with the Maono combo is that the user manuals need far better instructions. Setting up an XLR mic to the G1 could be a process of slow learning for anyone who is not used to audio mixers. For example, you have to make sure that the XLR gain knob is turned up enough, and also you'll need to make sure that the mic slider is toggled to the appropriate volume in order to record from an XLR input. And that may not be intuitive for somebody who's never dealt with this sort of stuff. And don't turn off phantom power unless you know for sure that your microphone needs it. And again, those are condenser microphones the vast majority of the time. This is easily fixable, by the way, by adding another page to the manual with more elaborate step-by-step instructions. I am overall happy with what Maono has offered for the price point. It's an excellent combo for anyone on a budget doing streaming. Actually, maybe it's also a great combo for anyone who travels and streams and needs something for a friendly form factor and the features the G1 and the PD100 have to offer. Now, for those of us who create content for YouTube and reviews, for example, I'm not quite sure that the sidechain function will really benefit us in the long run. I tend to make a ton of mistakes when I'm doing my recordings and reading my scripts, despite all the practice I've had. And so I go back and I delete the portions that I messed up and start all over again. The problem with the sidechain function is that if I do that, I mess up and I delete and I go back, I gotta make sure that I stop the music exactly at the right time before I delete, and you kind of get the hassle. While I love the sidechain function, and I truly wish I didn't make as many mistakes as I do while recording, I don't think practically for me, that feature is going to turn out to work very often. But hey, you might be far better at recording these things than me. I wouldn't be surprised. It's not my day job. So, having said all that, I think the Maono products are actually pretty good. They're decently priced, decently built, have good features and desktop applications for people these products are designed for. Good job.